Hello again, and welcome back to another Forsaken Skin Stereotypes video. Today, we'll be taking a look at Taph, the silent bomber. And I'm gonna be honest, there's actually a pretty diverse group of players who use this mute genre bomber, and that's what makes them special. Before we start, I just wanna say this video is made purely for fun and laughs. Not every stereotype here is accurate, and none of this should be taken seriously. With that out of the way, let's begin. Now, we all know where this is going. Default skin players don't really have anything special about them other than the fact they just unlock the character and have no idea how to use them yet. So, for default Taph, they either love to twirl in one spot and never move, with 3 tripwires placed like a pigeon nest in a New York apartment, and a subspace strip mine sitting in the middle acting like they're precious eggs. Or they're complete opposite and absolutely love extending their tripwires from one corner of the map all the way to the other side. There's not much known about these players other than the fact that they're either some of the greatest trappers in the game or a completely headless chicken with their tripwires. From my experience, these players love throwing their subspace mines at the kill during chases, and it almost always ends the same way. They get killed instantly without the subspace mine even getting the chance to explode. Or they get lucky and the mine actually explode and they get some time to run away. For a cheap skin, this one actually looks pretty great. And as for the players, you can usually expect them to be semi-decent at trapping, but not amazing either. They're basically right in the middle of the skill spectrum, and that's where they tend to stay most of the time. I'm sorry, but I genuinely don't think I've ever seen anyone use this skin. But I do believe that there are people who use this skin. Probably. Okay, so the wiki says this is a skin reference to Darth Vader from Star Wars. I mean, it looks similar, and honestly, that's a great choice for a reference skin. Players who use this skin tend to lean more into stealth-based plays since the darker color scheme makes them hard to spot in low-light areas. But don't be fooled, sometimes they just are the most clumsiest people in the game. Players who use this skin tends to be really aggressive with their subspace strip mines, throwing them right in front of a killer while they're chasing someone. And honestly, sometimes it works and sometimes it's not, but kudos for them to actually help their teammate. And in terms of tripwires, they barely use it, and if they do, it's really obvious. Another great looking skin that's also pretty cheap. As for the players who use it, about 8% of them are super chill, always positive, and just playing the game to have fun. The other 20% though, they're some of the most terrifying killer mains you'll ever face. This skin is a reference to the Toho franchise, specifically Tewi Inaba. I might pronounce that wrong. And as someone who has a bit of knowledge about Toho, I honestly find this skin really cute. As for the players, they're pretty much the same as Deep Winter Taph users, mostly chill and fun to play with, until you run into that one who's absolutely terrifying when they play the killer. This is another great looking skin that's also pretty cheap. However, I can't seem to find anyone actually using it in public matches. That said, judging purely from the skin's design, I have a feeling these players are just introverts with a lot of imagination. This is a collaboration skin with the game Isles, and honestly, from experience, players who use this skin are usually military game fans who really like cooperating and coordinating with their team, and also can get pretty toxic when the game doesn't go as they want. Milestone 1 Taph players are starting to get creative with their trap placements. You can get some genuinely unpredictable surprises from them that can really mess up your game as the killer. That said, they still tend to struggle when it comes to running away, so once you take them down, they're not that much of a threat. You can tell these players really love summer because they use these skins all the time. In terms of playstyle, they're pretty laid back and usually prefer to just camp in a corner and let their traps do the work while emoting. Yeah, they're that type of players. I guarantee you've either never seen anyone use the skin, or you have seen it and didn't even realize it because it looks almost identical to default Taph. The only real difference is the walk and run animations. Players who use this skin fall in two categories. Either there's Smurfs who will annoy you, like a mosquito that never dies, or there's super chill players who never take the game seriously, but somehow still have decent skills. Players who use this skin are actually pretty rare, but these guys are the second most annoying survivors you'll ever met. They hide their traps insanely well around looping spots to the point where you barely even notice them. And by the time you finally do, you're already stuck enduring the most mind-numbing, slow, and flashing experience of your life as the killer. This skin is mostly known for being paid to win because the tripmine now glows white instead of purple, which by the way isn't that big of a difference, it still glows and the black parts of tripmine are still visible. As for the players, these are usually the types who constantly search pay to win skins in Forsaken on YouTube because they don't have the brainpower to make a decent trap setup on their own. Players who use these skins are pretty much the same, though some prefer Banana Civilian because of the Death Death collaboration. These guys are here to purely have fun, and by having fun, I mean absolutely annoying the living hell out of the killer with their trip mines. Instead of hiding them, they prefer throwing them mines directly in front of the killer. Is it less effective? Yeah. Is it way more annoying? Also yes. These players are all about sneaky trapping. If they hide well enough, you'll barely even see them throughout the round, making them an absolute nuisance for the killer. Players who got Milestone 2 Taph want you to know one thing. Once they get their traps set up, they're going to be a problem for you. Compared to Milestone 1, they're a lot less clumsy and have started placing traps in spots you'd never expect. And it works. Those traps are perfect for annoying the killer and saving their teammates. From my experience, Nevermore Taphs are a complete 50-50. They either have some of the most creative and interesting trap placements that will genuinely annoy you and shock you, or they're straight up pigeons living in New York with the most poorly built nest imaginable.
Hey, on the pizza here! My ears, bro!
Now, if you see a player using Milestone 3 Taph and you let them get the trap set up, I can guarantee you're not going to have a good time as the killer. I group these players with Laffy Taffy and Banana Civilian, but with one key difference. They prefer setting up surprise trap placements instead of throwing mines directly in front of the killer. I genuinely don't understand why almost no one uses this skin. It looks really cool, and hey, if you use this skin, you've got a good taste. Now, I've only run into one or two players who use it, but they were some of the most fun people to play with. No toxicity at all, and just pure fun with them. You're a big Balbriggs fan, and for some reason, Warhead is your favorite enemy? Like, okay, do you love Warhead so much so that you decide to use it as a skin in Forsaken? Okay, players who use these skins are pretty much the same as Nevermore. They're just a big 50-50. You'll either get the greatest teammates of your life or the most useless and annoying teammate of your life. I believe players who use this skin actually enjoy a challenge because it turns the tripwire sticks into these colorful ball things that are incredibly easy for the killer to spot. And if you're the type of person who still uses this skin anyway, that means you're probably got some serious good game sense when it comes to hiding your traps. Now, for some reason, most players that I met that use these skins are toxic. Like, for some reason, if you win as the killer against them, they will just target you 100% of the time when they become the killer. Why is it that Flash users are always the most creative and the most annoying people to ever exist when you're the killer? Seriously, these guys hide traps like a Vietnam War era traps, constantly catching you off guard. These guys either accidentally got the skin by earning years into the future, but not many after reaching LMS's Taph, or they're some of the most selfish players you'll ever met who genuinely don't care about anyone else's survival. Players who use these skins are either a Tower Defense Simulator fan, and if they're not, congratulations, you've just experienced the most mind-numbing grind of your life to get the tedious skins. If someone is using the skin in your match, be prepared for the most unexpected trap placements that will absolutely annoy you as the killer, and the most clutch out of nowhere traps that can save you as a survivor. These players know how to balance self-survival and teamwork perfectly, making them a huge threat to the killers. So if you see one, it's probably best to take them out first. And so, that's it for today's episode on 4-second skin stereotypes for Taph. Thank you all for watching, and remember, this video is only made for fun and laugh. Not all stereotypes fits one another, and this video should not be taken seriously. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all on my next upload. Goodbye!